Hi, my name is Megan Carter, and this is my quick video answering the questions on the application. So the first question, what skills and strategies do you use that effectively engage students in learning? How will students benefit with you as their educator? So some of the strategies that I personally like to use is I like to do a lot of discussion. I think the more you have the students answer questions out loud, like give them time to think about the question and then have them answer out loud and be able to share their ideas on what we're talking about is very important. I also think another fun strategy is to demonstrate some things for them from history. I think that, for example, if you're teaching the 1920s and you're talking about a bunch of famous dances, demonstrate the dance for them. They'll think it's funny. They'll think it's silly. If there's time appropriate clothing, like wear the time appropriate clothing. I think it's just fun and it makes the kids see that history can kind of come alive in a way. I think me as their educator, I think benefits them. I like to think of myself as an observer. I like to be aware of my students. Even like just noticing that they're not super happy or things like that and then asking them how they're doing. I think that's a benefit that I have being their educator. How will I use assessment to improve my student learning outcomes? I think assessment is important. I know a lot of teachers are kind of going away from it. I think assessment is a good way to test your students' knowledge. If they have to go back in and we talk about what they got wrong, then it's just another review for them. I have in the past, I've had my students take a test and then I realized that I did not cover that material as well as I needed to. So I used the results from those assessments to kind of change the way that I taught and or change what questions I included on the future test. And then how will I plan lessons to develop intentional learning outcomes? I think lessons need to be diverse. I think that you need to mix it up to keep students engaged. And students from different backgrounds learn in different ways. I'm a visual learner. I've always been a visual learner. I love videos. I love videos. I love talking. I'm not a big reader. But I know that reading is important and writing is important. So if you can I like to plan lessons that use different elements throughout the entire time that we're talking about those units, where we're using writing, we're using reading, we're using visual sources, we're looking at pictures, we're having class discussions, we're answering quiz questions, okay? All of these different ways of teaching, I like to kind of Mod Podge them into diverse lessons that can hopefully reach out to a lot of different students that may need help with that.